Okay, this is routine 2 for what's called the Bessie 1-1 shuffle. And in routine 1, I tried to convince you and show you how this particular shuffle, which is not well known actually, is really quite a magical, mysterious shuffle. It helps you find a randomly selected spectator card. Now, how it does that, that's where the magician has to mentally do a little bit of work, not physical work here, but just kind of decipher the meaning of the messages that this shuffle transmits to us. Okay, so what we need here is we need a shuffled deck of cards. That's fine. In fact, we can even table wash the cards if you would like. So mix them really well here. And now you as the spectator would just kind of reach in here and grab a card. We'll set it over there. Now, of course, I don't have a spectator here to help me. So unfortunately, we're all going to have to see what the card is. But in practice, you as the performer would have no idea what this card is. Okay, so it looks like it's a 3 of clubs. Okay, now the next important free choice the spectator has is we need 2 equal-sized piles of cards. And these can be of any sizes that they like. Now, as a practical matter, it's kind of nice to keep piles somewhere between 5 and 10 cards each. Otherwise, just going through the mechanics of things can take a little longer than you might like, or the spectator would appreciate. Okay, so why don't we go with maybe 7? We'll put 7 in each. Okay, so 1, 2, and we can take cards from different places. I think that's 5 now. 6, 7. Okay, so 7 each, I think. Yep. And then you can have the spectator mix these as much as they would like, just so that they know there's no particular special cards here, actually. And it really is true that you're starting with a shuffled deck of cards. I have no idea what's in these packets here. Now, the next important choice we give the spectator is to take their card. Once again, we don't know what that is, the identity, and they can place it on top of either pile. Okay, so maybe they'll place it right there. And then, as another important free choice, they are to cut any number that they like, any number of cards from this pile, and set them on top of their freely chosen card. So it kind of buries their card underneath some unknown number of cards. And now we'll put the discard, the throwaway cards over there. Okay, and so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just perform the Bessie 1-1 and see where that leads us. Okay, so if you saw routine 1, I can even explain to you what we found there to be true. But we did have to do a little bit of detective work in deciphering the psychic message that was coming through regarding what this shuffle was trying to have us do to find the spectator's card. Okay, so what is a Bessie 1-1? Well, the 1-1 refers to, well, the first one refers to the top, taking 1 from the top of the packet. The second one refers to taking 1 from the bottom. Okay, so a Bessie 1-1 is you take top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, top, bottom, and the last one goes on top. Okay, so that is a Bessie 1-1 shuffle. Okay, now if you saw routine 1, we know that the number of cards here is what informed us regarding locating the spectator's freely chosen card. Okay, and so I encourage you to watch that video for what the meaning of this discard pile had in that particular case. And it can change from problem to problem. And so that's the only mental or psychic work that the performer has to do. Okay? So let me just get a feel for what these 2 cards mean. What's the significance of the 2 cards here for what we have just completed in performing a Bessie 1-1 shuffle? Okay, well, I'm getting a clear impression that since these are throwaway cards, these are the cards that, in some sense, I guess, were rejected by the spectator, and they weren't part of the cut packet that got placed within this packet that we've been working with. I think that's trying to communicate to us that since there's 2 of them there, we need to discard 2 cards. to kind of bring these in balance. Okay, so there were 2 cards left by the spectator. That was their free choice. So we're going to dump the top 2 cards because of that. And then from there, we're going to just perform the Bessie 1-1 shuffle a second time and then see where that leads us. Okay, so top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top. Okay. Well, if you remember what happened last time is the spectator's chosen card actually rose to the top of this packet. Okay. Now, I do need to warn you that psychic messages sometimes come in upside down and backwards and scrambled in some way. And so that's the only job that you have, is correctly discerning and deciphering what the transmitted message means. Okay, well, let's see if it means what it meant last time. What did it mean last time? It meant that the top card should be your card. The 3 of clubs. Oh, that's interesting. It's very close. I don't believe it was the 3 of spades, was it? Need you here to back me. I think it was the 3 of clubs that your card was. So I think this is like close. So the psychic message we're receiving is not completely off base. Now, remember, I mentioned that sometimes these transmissions from the beyond come in upside down, backwards, that sort of thing. So I'm getting a very clear impression right now that this particular manifestation that we're witnessing here has actually come in upside down. Well, what does that mean? That means that actually your card is not the top card. It's actually the bottom card. Okay, wow. Well, that's routine 2. I hope I'm convincing you of the remarkable nature of this little-known shuffle that I've referred to as the Bessie 1-1. But I hope to show you one final routine to convince you that there is something mysterious going on with this shuffle. And then at the end of routine 3, which is the next one, I will go through an entire mathematical explanation as to why all 3 of these routines work and will always work for you. Okay? And in some ways, the mathematics underlying this is truly magical. Once you see it, it's like, that is amazing that it works that way. Okay. So watch for routine 3 and then also the tutorial if you're curious. What's the driving principle behind this? Is it actually psychic powers out in the universe? Or is it just the remarkable, still almost magical power of mathematics? Well, we'll find out in the next video. So thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.